What's going on, everyone? What's up? What's up? Anthony, how you doing? Spoon Warrior Oswarland's here. Dream Villain Tim, how you doing, man? Yeah, go to survival to get you that XP. Let me check a thing here real quick. Things are just about checked. One sec. Let me change my Discord status. All right, here we go. Nah, I am, RNG has taken a poo-poo upon me with the Monkey King Oswarland. I need to get in and do that map some more. Anyway, before I get started, y'all, the Warden is here. Play with a DPS pet on the Warden. What you want to do is you want to get 5 mana regen off of gear, which, as you see, I do not have. By default, you're going to naturally have 10 mana regen. This number is not shown anywhere, and this is kind of a guess from the community. But you get 5 mana regen for free. Wrath Form is going to cost 10 mana regen per second. So you want to pick up an additional 5 mana regen for your accessories. In fact, let me look and see if I've got it here. Oh, look at there. That's mana restore. I want mana regen, not restore. So no, I got to get another set of bracers. Anyway, the moral of the story is if you get that, you're going to be able to stay corrupt the entire time, and pets do amazing things. Look at the pet damage here, y'all. This is a paddle ball. This is a not even great paddle ball. It's a decent paddle ball. It's got a good high roll on it, but it's a paddle ball, which is not the best pet. The best single target damage pet is going to be the Monkey King. However, you see RNG hates me. Hates me. Here, we'll do this one. Let's upgrade this Monkey King all the way real quick, and I'll show you what mediocre Monkey King can do. Let's come back and let this bad boy reset. I'm going to get me a better Monkey King today, Oswarland. The RNG gods demanded hot Monkey King action. But yeah, check this Monkey King out. Oh my gosh, he's dishing out the whoop-how. It's going to go up. A good Monkey King is going to go up to about 60 million DPS, just over, depending on your ability stat as well. But that is mad damage. So pet builds extremely viable on the Warden. There will be a hero spotlight to come as soon as I get the gear. But AoE pets shouldn't be underestimated. Absolutely. If AoE pets got a little bit of a buff, AoE pets would be beyond hotness. However, the AoE pets are hitting so much less. So much less. That, I mean, they're AoE. So, I mean, fairly, they should be hitting so much less. But that makes them only viable for trash mobs, sadly. So, of course, you're going to want to kill the big bads on your Warden as well. But speaking of needing bracers, let me do a quick throne room around here. Because throne room is the only reliable bracer source, it seems. I can grind my head into the dirt on every other map and never see bracers. Yeah, a fusion chicken for sure. And you make sure you're using a fusion pet too, y'all. Fusion pets are going to be double damage in Rift mode to all enemies. So all enemies in Rift mode are now Rifted enemies. So fusion pets are confirmed the hotness. Now you can do this map with 1 Aura stack, but I found that it's a whole lot more chill if you just go with 3 Aura stacks. It makes the map super, super duper chill. And chill, in my opinion, is a very good thing. I'm old. I don't like to get sweaty. They're tied to your boss kills and on survival, Tim. So the highest difficulty survival boss that you've killed, you'll get that bonus wave available. Yeah, you need to beat the wave before you can start on that wave, Tommy. Absolutely. Endless mode Shadow Wolf would be a glorious thing. I don't think there's a single person in the community that would disagree with you. But I think it's probably a performance issue now. It's just a RNG, Oswarland. The only place I'm seeming to get bracer drops is on this map. I got the first time after the update that I ran Foundries and Forges, I got bracers, one of the new pairs of bracers, and I never got another pair. The best map for XP is the highest difficulty survival map that you can complete quickly. So if you're looking for a, you know, it's all about how fast you get it done too. So don't just go to the highest difficulty one you can complete. Do the highest difficulty one you can complete quickly. As long as endless mode is an onslaught, I would have to agree 2,000%. 2,007%. $4,269%. That's a lot of percents. Any tips for Massacre? Get ready. Get ready to get your head beat in. Breaking into Massacre can be a challenge. Once you get the basics of how the sirens work, and remember, Massacre is all about countering elements. Once you get into Rifted mode, you can get fusion gear that will counter the elements for you. But the basics of Massacre is counter the elements. I can say that the combination of gas traps and shock beams are your friend. Gas traps are poison damage. Shock beams are lightning damage. So you're going to be able to counter every enemy with some crowd control. Oh, you know what? We can go more. More wisps, please. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's take this bad boy all the way up. Let's take this bad boy all the way up. And then I just want a couple of ups. One or two ups on the wisps. And then I'm going to upgrade my auras all the way to full. This map, you get beat up with trash, you know? There's lots of trash mobs. So you want to make sure you are countering the trash. Taking the trash out. And it's not even Tuesday. Tuesday's trash night here, y'all. Just saying. And let me tell you, if I forget to run the trash can out to the curb on Tuesdays, oh, it is unhappy times for me come Wednesday morning. I hear about it. The max that stat points can go are 1,284. Is what you get at level 105. Now, at when the next update comes, I'm assuming, you know, we're going to have to wait and see what happens, but I'm assuming we will be able to go to level 110 then. All right, let's just get it done here. Like I said, this, I'm all about the chill. You guys know that. I don't like playing it real sweaty. I like to kick back and relax, and that's why I did the 3 R stacks. And it allows me to pretty much chill all the way through. Resets are relatively quick, Jerbear. People just starting that are prepared, by prepared I mean have pushed to the highest onslaught floor they can, have gilded shards ready to go, have a little gold ready to go for upgrading shards that aren't gilded. Resets will be very quick in a matter of just a few hours, and then you go from, it's like AP reset 14 to 32. You'll get done in like 6 maps each reset. So those are super duper quick. I just did a spotlight on it this morning, base, but it works the same way as defenses. The rogue's devices, the slot 1, 2, and 3. So the arcing device, the noxious device, and the napalm device. will get converted over to fusion damage. I have had some crashing issues, Chris. What's going on, Jordan? You don't have a single gilded shard. I would prepare, and I would push higher in Onslaught, too. The sweet spot for Onslaught before your first AP reset is floor 270. I mean, you can reset whenever you want. What's going on there, Forever Master? How you doing? After a few upgrades on most maps, they will have full map range. Happy. They've got really crazy range. Lalta mentioned on Friday's stream that the range may be looked at in the future, that they have no plans to nerf it right now, but that they realize the range is pretty ridiculous. So yeah, anyway, we got a pretty chill experience with these auras. Now, my auras are pretty fat, and that allows for the chill experience. So this is my auras, 6,500 range, 11.5k power, almost 7k rate. So my auras do wreck the faces, and that makes the early waves pretty chillax here. See, so did I get that upgraded all the way? I did. Did I get that upgraded all the way? Let's get this one upgraded all the way. This is the lower priority electric aura here, but I still want to share a little love with it. And then the rest I'm just going to spam into the wisps. It seems really far away, Bear, but your experience is going to be relatively close to the same at where you're at through 270. The difficulty scaling is very, very small per floor, so if you're doing in the 100s now, you're not going to have a problem making it to 270. It's just a matter of getting over the psychological of it feels so far away. Onslaught mode is toxic. It drove away a large portion of the DD2 player base, and people just don't like it. That's a big point of why I think Chaos 8 expeditions were added in. DDA has far more potential. DD2 is a great game, but it's essentially done. It's going to get small updates, but for the most part, DDA is a finished product. Pardon me, DD2 is a finished product, and DD2 is still a product in design. The Siren, that's a enemy from the MOBA. The DD2 MOBA is where the Siren came from, and then she, of course, was turned into what she is today. That grill right there. She a mean girl. Eric, thank you so much for subscribing. I do appreciate it a ton. DD2 is a great game. Don't get me wrong, y'all. By all means, the right answer is play all the games. Don't just play one Dungeon Defenders game. If you like Dungeon Defenders and you haven't really experienced all the games, that your next year is covered. You know, make up your next year by playing through every Dungeon Defenders game, because they're all good games. Yeah, gas traps will still lock up copters, but it's not, you don't find it commonly used anymore. It's no longer kind of the meta, particularly on this map. That's about the only reason to do Onslaught and DD2, is if you're motivated by the leaderboards, you know. But remember, the leaderboards aren't even leaderboards. You can never get number one. It's race results. So even Onslaught leaderboards are a complete joke, even though some people are very motivated by that. Leaderboards are something that has a score that constantly changes, that people can better and better, you know. DD2's leaderboards are race results, where it's whoever grinded it out first and had a really good Netflix game in order, those are the guys at the top. And don't get me wrong, the people that grinded it to 999, they deserve to be there. It's a ridiculously stupid and awful grind. This comes from the Keep, this one I'm using now. It's pretty cool looking, I think. Both of the weapons I'm using comes from the Keep. If you all are curious about the rogue build I'm using, I put a video up this morning with kind of my work in progress. This rogue build is far from complete. Like, I can't say, okay, look at what I did here. This is the best thing. I can just show you where I'm at right now, because RNG just absolutely thinks I'm disgusting and poos on me quite regularly. But today's the day. RNG called this morning, said the loot will be hot. From there, you want to go up to the next tier and start breaking into survival. There, Happy McFuntime. Fail's a beast. Fail grinded it out, you know. You know, hats off to Mugs, Fail, and Random Person. Well, hats off to everybody that pushed to 999, because, I mean, it's just such a mindless, dull thing. Being able to make it all the way through is an act of serious patience. No, pets are no longer stat sticks for towers, Jordan, but you get so much stat from everywhere else, you don't even need it. So a lot of people were very upset about that, but it's a non-issue. You just get tons and tons of stat. You don't need this pet stat stick anymore. Yeah, I'm playing one of them right now to drawings. They're not DLC where you have to purchase it, though. They're free. So no pay to win in DDA. It's just pay to play. The Rogue and the Warden just launched last week. The key on this fight that makes the Rogue almost broken is the stealth, because you can just go right behind him and stealth. And when the hatch opens, just wreck his face right on. Of course, I missed the hatch that time, but the Lycan King bonus wave here that we're about to do is quite more of a challenge. The Rock is now the best pet for an AFK build to drawings. It's going to give you 10% versatility, which is the new builder bonus, and it affects every hero in your deck. So if you're wanting to go full AFK and Netflix and chill, then you're going to want to get yourself a nice rock pet. The slow is ridiculous. Michael, what's up? Most people would say wait until Massacre mode. I'm not going to disagree with you there, Elemental Pink. I'm not going to disagree with you there at all. No. Not that I'm aware of, Oswarlin. I mean, they may have ninja patched it, but not that I'm aware of. We get some shiny bracers. Yeah, we got bracers. I don't know if I would call them shiny, but... I would certainly wait until at least Nightmare mode before switching to Rift mode, unless you just want the challenge. But remember that Rift mode is all about farming the sets and putting together min-maxed gear and fine-tuned sets of gear. Where when you're just progressing through the game, you don't necessarily want or need that. You just want to get through the game, right? Now, if you do want to start farming and putting together sets of gear earlier, then, you know, Rift mode would be a place for you. But it does take a bit. It takes some energy to put together the fusion sets, you know? One thing I have noticed is that having the numbers turned on makes life much harder on boss fights, because there's so many numbers being spammed when you're trying to hit the boss or whatever. On Nightmare Survival Ancient Mines, you're not getting Goblin Copters anymore. Well, that makes it kind of a no-brainer for Nightmare farming. Baked. I don't know if that's intentional. They were supposed to be introduced there. So I'm not sure if that's intentional. So I would, anyone that's just making their way through and they've hit level 70, Ancient Mines would be the obvious farm spot to get to level 83. If there's no copters anymore, it'll be a very, very chill experience. The same as every other hero. Every damaging defense is essentially the same. You get all 4 builder stats on all your gear, and then you upgrade power. And that's the same thing I did for the Wisps. The least important stat on the Wisps are going to be Fortify. The second least important stat would be range. You get a lot of range on the Wisp just from upgrading them. Now, the boss fight here, I don't win it every time. Basically, if I derp and die, I lose. If I don't derp and die, I win. Well, Nightmare survival mode is supposed to have all of the Nightmare enemies. So, Goblin Copters are supposed to be on Ancient Mines. In Nightmare. They actually changed that several patches ago where they were showing up earlier than that. And now they don't show up until Nightmare, or they're not supposed to show up until Nightmare. Well, you want to go above the cap, though. You're getting more power out of the cap, so get all 4 builder stats. If you don't have defense rate on a piece, even when you're over the cap, then you're just losing. You're losing out on power, because anything over the cap gets converted to power, so it's more free power. So you definitely 100% want, at a minimum, power, rate, and range. Yeah, only one character. Just the active character needs the rock. If it's not on your active character, it won't do anything. What am I doing? I hit the wrong button. It's why, like, Overcharge, which increases the defense rate, is so powerful. Because of how the scaling works with it. So the difference here is on the Lycan King bonus wave, you do have to pay attention to the mobs. Now, I'm trying my best to not hit the sirens, but I'm going to hit the sirens all the time because this weapon does pierce. So use your stealth to de-aggro the sirens. And when you're backdooring old homie, make sure you're watching out what's behind, and of course, keeping an eye out for ogres. Copter ogres are less of a threat because they won't damage the core. Oh no! Alright, well this is a loss. So once again, if you derp and die, you've got strong chances of losing. If you don't derp and die, you'll probably win. Since I derped and died, I'm going to get the big old L here. And there it is. It actually has no effect, Rebel Jake, on the 5th thing. What makes your 5th thing fusion damage is your weapon, your melee weapon. If you use a fusion melee weapon, it affects your 5th defense. The only defenses for the only items for the rogue that are affected by defenses are the devices. So the first 3, the arcing device, the noxious device, and the napalm device. There's no other effect on the rogue with armor. So with that in mind, the only armor sets you would ever want on the rogue is either Ancient, Guard, or Militia. Ancient would affect Arcing, Guard would affect Noxious, and Militia would affect Napalm. Alright, let's try this again. Just defeated the first boss? Grats, Anthony. You never want to try to cap out your defense rate, Chris. You want to overcap your rate. So take all the rate you get for free off your gear. Every builder piece should have all 4 stats. Ideally for passives, you would want power and percent damage increase. The Warden is absolutely destructive in beast mode. Black Typhoon. So yeah, Warden Beast confirmed. Yeah, the orcs are quite beefy. No doubt. No doubt at all. See if we can't do this with less... Now, with less derp. Needs the embracers. I'm having terrible luck on bracers, y'all, or I would not be doing this map at all. But this map, I get bracers just about every run. Ryan, thank you so much for subscribing. Yeah, the cat is going to be the best single target damage. The giraffe would give you a 5% increased builder bonus. Plus would make you, is an unbelievable stat stick, so it would make you unkillable. But as far as just raw DPS, you're going to get the best raw damage out of the prop cat. Let's see. I mean, it depends on your quality of weapon and everything. You're gonna, if you're maximizing your stats, you're gonna get more damage out of the prop cat. But, I mean, test it out. If that's what's working for you, then you just don't have good enough stats, or you don't have a good enough prop cat, and you've got a really good giraffe. And it's per hero as well. The question is the rogue. Like on the monk, you're going to get more damage out of a giraffe. So it's different for every hero. Yeah, the warden you want to use if you want to do a pet build. I'm going to be doing a hero spotlight on the warden as soon as I get a little bit better items. Oh shoot, man. I went too much. I think that will work. Should get some upgrades on these before putting the reflect in, but I'm just going to go for it. The buff the warden gets for defenses, in my opinion, for being in corrupt form, in my opinion, is a little disappointing. I mean, it's good on the beams with the pierce. I'm going to be, as soon as I can get a good pet, I'm going to try to farm a pet today, but as soon as I can get a good pet, I'm going to be playing around as Warden DPS without a doubt. I'm doing Throne Room because it's got a very high chance of dropping bracers, and right now I desperately need bracers. Bracer drops have just eluded me like crazy. I got these earlier today, so I got a better bracer set for my rogue. Now I've got HP regen on every piece. Which is what I was looking for. But, like last map, I got one-shotted by a kobold, so you can still get one shot. But yeah, I'm desperately in need of fancy schmancy bracers. So Lycan King bonus waves on Throne Room are good stuff. Yeah, you get it. It's a guaranteed drop here. Is it guaranteed? I think it is guaranteed. Accessories, the keep is a really good accessory farm right now, but masks are quite dominant there. So you're going to get massive amounts of masks. All of the boss fights are a guaranteed accessory drop. So it may not be the accessory you're looking for, but just in general, all boss fights are a guaranteed accessory drop. There's two different bracers you get here. It's not the one that's guaranteed. The militia bracer, or is it called militia? Or soldier's bracer. The soldier's bracer is the one that's quite common. But you also will get, there's another one that will drop too. Nope, not at all. You do not need a second monk for boosting. You can, but the amount of value you're going to get out of it versus the quality of life you're going to get out of having a monk that just drops your fusion defenses, or at least a fusion and snare, prior to getting an Arcanist piece. So the main thing is, remember, in Rifted mode, you're always going to want to take up all of your hero deck slots with a Rifted defense or a fusion defense. So with that in mind, you're always just going to want a hybrid hero in deck. Now, I mean, now that we have 6 slots, of course, that opens up a lot of freedom there. Obi-Wan Kenobi. All we need is Sith Phil, and balance in the Force will have been attained there, Obi-Wan. Where is Sith Phil at? Sith Phil might be doing real life daytime stuff. ×2. Ben Kenobi is here as well. Good lord. All right. The light side of the Force is strong today. Thanks for swinging by, y'all. I do appreciate it. You guys want to help me out? DDA is free this weekend, which means there's a lot of people playing DDA, or a lot of people looking at it. So if you hit the like button, it's going to help me out with the Google and YouTube algorithm. And additionally, it's going to bring some new people into the channel. So I hate to even ask, but I'm asking. Hit the button for me, y'all. Unless you don't like it. If you don't like it, hit the don't like button. And that helps me out too. So, just ratings in general are going to help me out. So I do appreciate it, everybody. Rebel Jake, you're supposed to be on the same team as Obi-Wan and Ben. Well, the quality of gear is dependent on the item power of the gear, and that's kind of it's a hidden Unreal Engine stat. So I'm assuming that is not unintended, because what is scheduled in per difficulty is, is the stuff that we can't see, and that's the Unreal numbers. Yeah, no, DDA is on a free play weekend. Now, you don't keep it. You have to buy it to keep it after the weekend is over. But if you have yet to play DDA and you're not playing DDA this weekend, you are missing out big time. I don't have all the new pets yet, but there are new pets, yeah. None of the new pets... actually, I think there's a pet that heals based off of your damage done. I think that would probably be the most useful of the new pets, but I haven't checked them all out yet. The Demon Lord pet is pretty fun, but it's just not as good as some of the other pets. No. Well, they're only on your active hero, Yannick. So you can't have more than one. So there's no way to stack them. The benefit is an active benefit. Putting a rock on a builder pet is not doing anything for you. It's got to be active, an active hero. The best single target DPS pet would be the Monkey King. A fusion Monkey King, which I'm going to go farming on some of those today. And depending on how the run goes, if my build works smoothly, I'll open it up and do some public matches. That way you guys can join me. The healing one has an awful... Well, the healing one you wouldn't be using for damage. You'd be using it for tank. A tank type ability. It's the same, JT. Nothing has changed. I am going to redo a new guide just to go over the new content. But weapons are always boss fights. Prior, the highest quality weapons were the Ancient Dragon, as that was the highest boss. Now the highest quality weapons are going to be the Keep, since that's the highest difficulty boss. And then all of the fusion drops are the same. Act 4, the fusion drops are random, besides the weapons, of course, are guaranteed. And this is where everything drops. Well, hello, Germany. How's Germany doing today? But yeah, I will do an updated guide. You can screenshot it right now, make it big, and hit Alt print screen on your computer and screenshot that, or just come back to the VOD later. But yeah, you guys can screenshot that. It's pinned up above on my Discord server if any of you all are on the Discord server. If not, exclamation Discord will get you a link. Test 3 Throne Room is an evil, evil joke, JQ. It's the hardest test, without question, of all of the tests. Aramir just put a video up on it. I think he did. Did you publish that video yet, Aramir? If Aramir published it, I'll give you guys a link here in a second as soon as I complete this this wave. Give me 1 sec to beat old homie down here. Homie, gotta die. I'm just ignoring his back door. He is a backdoor man, that is for sure. This is the inspiration. This boss is the inspiration for the Siege Roller in DD2. And it's all about getting him in the backside. No, I don't mean it like that, YouTube. I'm not being dirty. I'm just doing bad dad jokes. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Save this link, y'all. And after the stream, go check it out. It's the Test 3 video Aramir just posted up. It's a terrible, terrible, horrible, evil map. There's no other way to put it, right? It's so over the top, it's lacking fun factor, in fact, in my opinion. Now, I mean, I'm a little harsh with the Chromites, of course. The Chromaticals. I'm their biggest fan and their biggest critic, all rolled into one. But I personally think that act, especially considering it's a one and done thing, it's not something you're going to ever farm or want to repeat. It's just not fun, you know? So, like, you'll do that map once, and you will never, ever, ever want to do it again for any reason whatsoever. All right. Here we go. Bonus wave time. I don't have enough mana for any ups, so let's just let it fly. Oh, the other bracer. So this is the drop you're going to see most commonly, the soldier bracer. But you're also going to get the royal wristlets. I mean, it's fitting. It's the throne room, right? So soldiers, bracers, and royal wristlets will be dropping quite commonly on this map. I am not sure on that one, JT. I'm not sure if Phil is watching. I know Phil likes to chill and streams a lot, but Phil would know if there is a way. I bet. Because Phil knows all things. He's kind of like a genius with knowing all the things. Don't tell him I said that, though. And Brent, too. Brent could possibly be here. Brent would know as well. Brent's on the design team. He's the one that drinks all of our tears for breakfast by making content like the third mech challenge. Phil knows too much. Even at 1.2 million health, you still get blowed up by the Rifty Kobolds, so don't get blowed up, y'all. Oh no! I almost got blowed up. Stealth is your friend, though. Stealth is indeed your friend. It's a bit too zoomed in. I've yet to play it on the Switch. I do have a code, and for those that are Switch players out there, I've actually got an additional code that was donated by a community member. So I'm going to be doing a Switch giveaway. In fact, I'll probably try to get that launched tomorrow. So if you want to play it on the Switch, remember down the road there's going to be cross saves. Cross saves are not in yet, but eventually they're going to be there. You should, if you've got a really good way to get it done there, Pinguinio. By all means. If you don't want to make a video, then send me screenshots of your strat on Discord or Twitter or whatever, and I will fully credit you with it. Number one fan, what would Mayretha think? Where is Mayretha at today? It won't be a contest. It will be enter here and a bot will pick. It'll be leaving a comment with probably a keyword in the comment, and then that way I can have the bot scan the comments and register all the winners. Oh, Dizzy is beast mode. There, JT. Dizzy never gets overlooked. She does so much for the channel and for the Dungeon Defenders community in general. So the easiest way to not get screwed on this one is stay stealthed as often as you can. You know, pop stealth whenever that cooldown is up, and enjoy life. See if I can get through homie this time without any derpage. He's thick. He is thick. Uh-oh. Get away from that Rifty. No Rifty Kobolds, please. Okay, thanks. Uh-oh. Ogreliciousness. Oh, shit. What happened? I don't even know what happened. I wasn't looking. I didn't see what got me. Let's see. Core was destroyed by a Rift Ogre. Well, there we go. Alright, let me just move on since I'm obviously incapable of completing this on stream. Oops, I accidentally restarted it. Let's see what we got, though. Should have got some loot. Some loot. Oh, DD2 is a very pretty game. It's also why the game failed financially, Exodus. They spent a lot of money on artists and graphical design for DD2. That's a keeper. Soldier braces, range and HP restore. I like it. That can go away. Cast rate. That's nice. All 3 builder stats. We'll keep that just in case. Power range. Fort power and range. That's kind of pooped. Kind of poo-poo. Poo-poo. There's some mana regen bracers, but I want to get a better set of them. That's a shiny mofo right there. Power and range. You know, obviously, I'd rather have power and rate or power and damage. I can't vouch for how it runs on the Switch. Look what I see, because I haven't played it there yet. But I can say that the game is well worth on PC. No doubts. All right, I got a bunch of bracers sitting around anyway. That was... Oh, infinity bracers, too, apparently, are dropping there. $506 of 525. Good lord, I need to do something about my gear, huh? I got a whole lot of trash tier stuff. Tell you what, let's go through and get rid of every non-fusion or low-rolled armor piece. That should free up a lot of space. Basically, I'm going to go through and get rid of everything that doesn't have all 4 builder stats. Looks like I may have already done that. I guess if it's got power, range, and rate, it's a keeper. I definitely am having... I'm dire needs with the inventory space right now, though. That's for sure. Man, that's just... I got a bunch of guard stuff, too. Now, how did that get into my guard bag? Well, that's a super low roll. I'm never going to use that. A lot of this stuff is super low rolls. Let's do this instead. Let's see, we got a bunch of militia pieces. Oh, that was 450 drop. Shame it's not a fusion piece. $465. That frees up a little bit of space. Yeah, I got the armor set. It's not a good armor set. It's not fine-tuned by any means, but I at least got the set complete. So with the militia set and with the Arcanist piece, I have 2 of my 3 devices are now fusion gear. I've got my napalm device is now a fusion piece. Let this ticks wear off here. Yeah, the keep is, you can only get the headpiece, and it only drops from the keep survival. And then arcing. Arcing does the big damage up front, and then it puts a stun on the enemy. Now, the benefit here, remember, is the weapon from the keep. What makes it so powerful is it pierces. If you look here at the dummies, it's going to go through both dummies. which means it's going to be applying Irradiate to anything that it hits, or has a chance of applying Irradiate. But it's also piercing the pack, so it's marking lots of enemies. So then if you use a device, it's going to hit every enemy marked. And that's what makes this weapon, I mean, besides just the pow it dishes out, it's really good single target damage too. But it does have a pierce as well. Alright, let me try a Spires build. And if this build goes smooth, I want to run it a few times to try to get a good Monkey King. And if it goes smoothly, then I'll open it up and we'll do some public matches so you guys can join me. Vitality. If you're in Massacre mode, Vitality. If you're prior... Basically, if you're in Nightmare or higher, you want to dump everything into Vitality just for your survivability. If you're lower than that, dump everything into Attack just for more damage. What's going on there, Dan? How you doing, man? Because I've got Vitality on every piece of gear that can have it. And I dumped all my points into Vitality. Ooh, wrong hero. I've got Vitality on everything, and then I put all my points in Vitality. I got a Vitality pet. So you stack Vitality for Endgame. That's just what you do, because survivability is an issue. It's mainly for boss fights, Shiska. Non-boss fights, you don't need anywhere near as much, and I'm actually to a point where I could probably start dropping some of my points and putting them into attack. But Vitality is the most important stat for endgame play, without question. The new armor piece is a wildcard piece. I've actually did a video on it during the PTR. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. I'll probably redo this video since no one seems to... I mean, no one's watching this video or no one is able to find it. So it's just fallen out of the Google algorithm. But that is the Arcanist piece explained. But basically, it's a wild card slot, and it fills in on your other armor pieces. Only drops from the keep wave 25, and you can only get the headpiece. The next piece will drop in the next update. I almost want to go with some laser beams here, too. Where you at, Beema? Beema! And that will protect my back door. Oop, I guess I need roots first, huh? I'll just drop roots right in the middle. Actually, I could use one on each side. Actually, you know what? Let's go 2 this way. And then we'll leave 10. Actually, we're going to need to leave 14 DU. I did get my switch key. I have yet to play it yet, but I did get my switch key. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The loot grind is the big draw for me in the game, and I've completely become addicted, and I've stayed up way too damn late grinding loot. So I am going to start a Switch playthrough really soon, and I'm probably going to post up a Switch giveaway tomorrow. Alright, I wanted 14, right? Actually, we can go one more. And then this is going to help me with the flyer. So we'll go one that way. I placed it way too close in, huh? One that way and one that way. See, you've got Wisp, buff beams, electric aura, a wall, gas traps. Ensnare auras are quite beneficial, and then any other defense you want to use. Basically, any defense you want to use. We got 6 slots in the hero deck now. So might as well use them, right? Oh, I put that so far back, huh? I need to fix these 2 blossoms here. I just put them too far back. There we go, that should work. But yeah, anyway, with 6 heroes, there's just no reason not to have everything you use set up with fusion, you know? Level 50 to 70, the wisps are quite powerful. The problem with going just like with the flame burst or whatever is there will be enemies that will counter it. So like with a flame burst tower, there will be fire immune enemies that come out and the flame burst won't even shoot at them. Physical damages are very, very strong prior to hitting nightmare enemy or nightmare mode because they have no counter. They have no counter in nightmare either. Why is that one? My ensnare is not getting the buff. That's alright. We'll call it good anyway. Alright, let's hit this electric aura. And we'll put whatever we can into that one. So anyway, physical defenses are very, very strong because there's no counter for them pre-Massacre. So the wisps are really strong. Proton beams are super strong. Uh-oh. Doggies are going ape shit. Mama must be home. Themic, thank you so much for subscribing. God, man, these dogs... I mean, it's good that they're happy to see you, but Jesus, they go completely apeshit anytime anyone goes home. Come on, doggos, it's all right. Jeez, they go crazy. What's going on there, Ginger? How you doing? Our loot drops broken it off for anyone? Done through a ramp. Anyone cutting a bunch of legs, but 95% are staffs, so 1 pole arm. No, how that works is they're going to be favored by the active hero you're playing. So, like, if you play on a squire, you'll get an ass load of swords. If you're playing on the monk, you're going to get tons of pole arms. Like, I'm playing... Pole arms are actually quite common, but... Like, I'm playing on the rogue, so I'm getting a very, very good mix. The active monk is ridiculously good, Ryan. An active warden is good as well, but it's going to require getting a good pet. That's where, like, I'm here trying to get me a quality Monkey King here. It's Dungeon Defenders Awakened, Jojo. It's the newest Dungeon Defenders game. Still being developed. We just got a big content update for it last week, and there's more to come. More updates to come. It's free on Steam for the weekend. So if you want to check it out, now is the time, y'all. Anyone who hasn't played DDA and has a PC, check it out. It's free this weekend. I mean, you're not going to be able to keep it when the weekend is over, but you're going to be able to play it over the weekend and check the game out for free. When you use the Monkey King, it didn't. Yeah, the PlayStation news is before the end of the year, so PlayStation is still a ways off. I mean, they've been saying before the end of the year for quite some time now. So they're still, what, it's only July, right? Or is it August? It's August. Good Lord. So figure still got several months left. Episode 2 when? I don't know. Hopefully episode 2 comes before the end of the year as well. I'm hoping they can get these content updates out every 3 or 4 months. Any longer than that, and I feel like players are going to get really, really impatient and drop for other games. Yeah, the next episode, like episode 1, this first update, the Lycan's Keep update, was a foundational update. So it's got the bases of what the the future updates will look like are set up in the game now. Fusion pets only come, they're guaranteed drops from one place, and that is the Encore maps. There's 4 fusion pets in the game, and each one is a guaranteed drop from the Encore map. So like by doing this map on Rifted mode, I'm guaranteed to get a fusion Monkey King. Twiggy, what's going on? Marfy, how you doing? I probably will. I'll be streaming later tonight over on Twitch. Now, I do have a bunch of edited content to make, so it probably won't be a super long stream. But I will probably... I mean, it's not set yet. It's not guaranteed. But there's a very, very solid chance that I'll be doing a late night stream over on Twitch. A little Saturday Night Live. Yeah, all the episode content will be free. Each episode update, they will drop a cosmetic pack. That's, you know, just cosmetics, and that's how you can support the company if you choose to send them more money. You never want to worry about the cap, Christian. You always want to have defense rate on all your pieces, because anything that goes over the cap gets converted to free defense power. So do not focus in any way on a cap on any defense. Get defense rate on every piece you have, which will put you over the cap, and then soak up all of that defense rate in free power. It's just like Christmas there, Baked. Just like Christmas. All right, nice, Pinguinio. I will check it out and give it a shot. Yeah, there's a ton of new armor set effects, Luca, but it's, I mean, the best stuff in the game mode you're going to want to be playing is Rifted. So the fusion armor set is still just going to be king. So, although there is lots of different armor sets now, I would still suggest everyone just focus on, once you get to Endgame, stay in Rift mode. I mean, you're really just never going to want to play non-Rifted. Always, always play Rift mode. You have to hold down S and click now, IHOPS. So, if you just hold down the S key and then left click, is the fast sell now. Yeah, when you're in insane mode, you're still progressing through the game. I wouldn't suggest anyone swap to Rift mode until either Nightmare or Massacre. basically when you're playing through insane mode, all you're doing is playing to get to the next level cap. That way you can go up to the next difficulty. So farming sets of gear is not something you're going to really want. Just use the stuff that you find on the way. And then as soon as you get to level 70, that's going to unlock Nightmare Mode. So switch over to Nightmare Mode then. What's going on, Mason? How you doing, man? I've been good. I've been good. Just enjoying the new content. Becoming completely re-addicted to the loot grind again. That's the good part and the bad part about Dungeon Defenders games. Y'all are like low-key drug dealers, man. Because everybody gets addicted. Projectile wall of EV counter the jump. No, assassins jump over all blockades. Or Dark Elf Warriors is what they're called. That's their kind of their special move. Dark Elf Warriors are some hurdlers. They're what the Berserkers were themed from in DD2, if you played DD2, where Berserkers weren't supposed to jump walls, but did quite commonly. It's been a lot of fun, Mason. I mean, you know, new goals and new stuff to do. And that's like the name of the game. I mean, obviously you want to do it in the most fun way you can. But, you know, a collector's game or a grinding game where you're searching for rare things, getting more goals and more things to search for, that's the fun right there. I mean, it's got the strategy element, but once you complete or figure out the strategy element of the game, then you wants the shinies. Where are they at? They're up top. One down, the other one down. I think there's going to be another low side ogre too. All right, this build seemed to run pretty smooth. So I'll go back out and make a public one. Anybody that wants to join, feel free to hop on in. I'm not going to name it Juicebags Game because I want people from the stream to join. So we'll come up with a different name. Absolutely, Murphy. I think, for me, I'd like to see 3 more content updates. If there's 3 more content updates for DDA, I really feel like it will be a nice, finished, completed, and fulfilled game. Totally not Juicebags Game. I don't know if that will work. But yeah, anyway, this map, since we're doing it on Rifted mode, we're guaranteed a fused Monkey King. That one's a 0.33 attack rate, but it doesn't have all 3 stats. So that one will be a big... We'll just call that one a facepalm. Power, range, and rate, but bad passives. This defense damage, percentage of defense damage and power is like the sweet combo. If you get power and this percent defense damage increase, that's what you want. Anyway, y'all, since my wife just got home, give me one quick second. I'm gonna go say hi to her. Make sure she remembers what I look like. Because she hasn't seen me very much. She hasn't seen me much over the last days. There is no doubt. So it's like I got attacking ability on both of those. So those would both be no good. So give me 1 minute, y'all, and I will be right back. I'm going to give you guys this screen to stare at and also an opportunity to screenshot that bad boy again. But I will be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. Give me just a sec. Be right there. All right, I went and I did the refresh with the wife. She remembers what I look like now, so we're all good there. I won't need her to take any pictures or anything to keep in mind of what I do look like, and she will see me here. Let's see. Let's do a public one. I want to get a good Monkey King. I want to set my Warden up today. So it's going to be a lot of endless spires grinding here today. We're going to call this one... what do we want to call it? Yeah, DDA will be on the PlayStation. They're targeting before the end of the year, Chris, so it will be coming. What do we want to call it? What do we want to call it? We want a Lycan King bonus wave. We want a wave 23 start, and we will call it... No, it's not a free-to-play game, Chris. It's a regular retail game. If I call it Let's Go Monkey King, I'm going to get joined by a bunch of people. It's not a matter of how many ups you get, it's a matter of having all the right stuff. I've got some really high-rolled Monkey Kings as far as the upgrades, but if it doesn't have the right stats, it doesn't have the right stats. We are going to just name this. So look for that one, y'all. It's KDSJ FHGAS DLFKJGH. That stands for something, I'm sure. Here we go. So feel free to hop on in and join me, and let's get us some Monkey Kings, you know? Monkey Kings for the win! Now we're going to have to do some deeps here, so bring your DPS, y'all. Bring the deeps, because these ogres are going to be fat boys in a full group. Extra thick and saucy. TSB Funny, what's up, what's up? How you doing? All right, who do we got here? We got Pinguinio, we got Tall Kid, and we got Marnama. So very, very nice. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Let's see. Let's go with a fat boy here. We'll put a little bacon in the middle. We'll go with them beams, pardon me. The wisps are so easy to use that I think a lot of people are missing out on the beams, because the beams are extremely good, and a laser light show on top of it, which, you know, I mean, who doesn't want a laser light show, right? We'll leave 16, and we'll go with a couple more beams here for the Flappy Birds. Them Flappy Birds. And put that a little too close, huh? Where the 2 at? It's down just a little. Oop, wrong tower. Let's go with this one instead. The shroomies. I used the shroomies on the PTR a bit, and you know, definitely good times. Let's see. Let's hit both of the electrics just for the trash mobs. And I think we good. Let's get it. Let's wreck up them faces. Oop, I done shot the girl. I shot the girl. I'm gonna spin on you. There we go, y'all. Whoever is the singer in the community, you got to take that I put a spell on you song, and you need to change it to I'm gonna spin on you and feature the rogue. And then additionally, you got to get your Rick and Morty going and take that Swifty song from when the aliens invaded and demanded fresh entertainment and change it to Wispy instead. So Rick and Morty, Swifty to Wispy, and then I'm gonna put a spell on you. Show me what you got. Oh yeah. And then I'm gonna put a spell on you. Is I'm gonna spin on you. It's all about the fusion gear, Doug, and that's all target farming. Fusion gear drops at these locations. Screenshot that. The ancient set, the first column to the left is your first defense. The primitive set all the way over to the right is the fifth defense, and they're all in order. So ancient, guard, militia, minor, and primitive, depending on what item you need. So it's all target farming now, which is pretty damn cool. I shot the sheriff. I shot the siren. That's a good call. Good call. The first time I ran it, I had like 7,200 main stat. Basically as much as you can get, but you want to be in the 7,000 range main stat, I think, which is actually way, way easier to achieve now. So folks that didn't get through to Massacre thinking that might be a little unrealistic or out of touch, it's actually super easy to achieve with the passive system now. I put a new build up. There was an issue with the wisps where they were doing too much damage at the end of its perimeter. So you're going to want to move your wisps into a safe spot now, or put a reflect beam around them. That way the ogres aren't throwing those rift kobolds at them and blowing them all out. Are you talking about the fusion gear, Murphy? It's guaranteed drops, so it doesn't matter what character you're using, you're going to get those items. There's nothing at all wrong with doing your own build. They're just for lucky. You just got to tweak it until you get it right. That's what I did. You know, that's what everybody does. You put your build together and you tweak it until it becomes a win. And then after that, you further tweak it to try to make it easier and easier and easier. That's current known bug baked, and Chromatic is aware of that, and they're going to get that squared away. The green meanies. Oh, weapons. Yeah, weapons are the same. So the weapon drops are supposed to favor your active hero. Dungeon Hunters on PS3. I've never played that one, TSP. I've been, as far as ARPGs go, I've been kind of a slave to Diablo for the last decade and a half or whatever. I played. I do play Path of Exile. I played like Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn was an incredible game. The reason I stopped playing Grim Dawn is because I was finding myself getting really, really addicted to it and really drawn into it, and I wasn't really getting a big viewer base for it. So I felt like I shouldn't keep playing it because I was getting really drawn into the game and it was becoming unproductive for the channels. I haven't played this Diablo season so far. I think the recent Blizzard news is for a smaller YouTuber like myself. I just don't think it's really smart for people that are unestablished in a genre or franchise. I think it would attract more hate than love with the recent happenings of Blizzard. So hopefully they get that dialed in. I am really looking forward to Diablo 4. She done shot me with her pew pew. It's getting insta destroyed. Most of the crystals in Massacre mode are all gonna get one shot, unless it's like a little goblin or something. So nah, it's not just you. It's most likely it's a rifted kobold being thrown by an ogre, or a rifted kobold charging through. Because remember, once a rifted kobold, its special rifted ability is it's immune to CC once it hits its charge. What's going on there, Grimlock? Yeah. Sorry there, Ben. It happens. It happens. Don't loot the chest, y'all. Don't loot the chest. I'm sure that that's not intended, everybody, but when you're playing bonus waves, do not loot the wave 25 chest. Make it auto pop open. By making it auto pop open, you're getting the bonus wave quality gear out of the regular wave 25 chest. Like I said, I'm certain that that's not intended, but it's there, so take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. I done spun up on my girl. She didn't get too mad at me. She a little mad now. Theoden! What's going on there, Theoden? Oops. Sorry, I hit the wrong button, Andreas. I didn't mean to delete that. Let me see if I can bring it back. No, I can't. But yeah, I agree. The recent Blizzard news, it's terrible shit. So it's just enough for me just not to want to, you know. I mean, it's pretty damning stuff, you know. Whether the lawsuit is a publicity stunt or not, it's just really, really damning stuff. Oh, I didn't get it installed yet, Theoden. I told Theoden I was going to try to get my Switch start going today. I'm addicted to the grind there, Theoden. I'm addicted to the grind, man. I want to get my Switch start going, but at the same note, there's so much I want to do now. It does, but you're never going to want to upgrade it. You're never going to want to put your points into it, Theo. Just make sure you get ability on all your gear. So, like for a monk, ideally you want vitality, attack, and ability on every piece of gear. I do have Breath of the Wild now, though, Thaden, thanks to you. It's just a matter of I need to make the time to play it, you know? Oh, that's it. It's over. Derp. Come on, Monkey King. There we go. 355. It's only got a 0.5 attack rate. Boo! The grind. Oh, the grind. Range and rate. Kind of crappy gear on that one. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, William. I'm definitely enjoying it. Well, yeah, the unrelated stuff I don't care so much about. It's all of the damning stuff that that I do care about. What was the other one? Doesn't have all 4 stats. See, I want that 0.33 attack rate, but I want all 3 hero stats on it. Yeah, it's only on the keep survival. So, wave 25. Not overlap. Did I not put my R's up far enough? It's alright, I'll just drop them right here. Mana, please. Mana, please. Can I get your mana right here? You hold down S and you left click. Same thing with locking. You can hold down L and left click. And you can quickly go through and sell a bunch of things and lock a bunch of things. The Beaming Blossom is super cool there, Tall Kid. It's just really, really fun to use, you know? I have not tried The Apprentice, William. I played The Apprentice an awful lot early in the game's life. So I have not tried The Apprentice changes out yet, just because I've been wanting to play the new stuff. Been wanting to try out the new shinies. I mean, there was a time in the game where all you did was spam flame bursts, and then that switched over to spamming DSTs. So I'm happy to not use flame bursts or DSTs right now. Although both of them are still in really good shape, I'm very pleased not to use them. Hopefully so, Mason. Hopefully so. You want every hero, you're going to want the weapon from the keep. It's all about boss weapons in Dungeon Defenders Awakened. And like before, the Ancient Dragon was the hardest boss, so Ancient Dragon was the weapons to use. Now the Keep is the new hardest boss, and the Keep is the weapons to use. They have really good damage scaling. This one that I'm using here now, it pierces. To be completely honest with you, I actually like the Dragoon better, the summit weapon. But it's hard to deny this one's effectiveness with the pierce and everything. LTs are in a way better shape. Remember, it's not an 80, it's an 80% base damage buff, so don't think it's going to be doing 80% more damage. It's just the base damage of the tower got increased by 80%. I mean, its damage wasn't really an issue before. The issue was its chaining, and the range buff affects the chaining, which is still not where it needs to be, in my opinion. It should be higher. Like right now, it will chain from like here to say here, where before it was only chaining from here to here. So it's way better than what it was, but it's still nowhere near what you wanted. For DPS, Doug, for single target DPS, for like boss fights and stuff, you want to use the Monkey King. That's what we're looking for here. And then for like lane clearing, you want to use either the little demon lord or the mega chicken. Those are both AoE. As far as a pet build goes, if you're DPSing on your hero, then yeah, the cat is the shit. You'd want to use either a cat or a genie if you're relying on getting most of the DPS out of your hero. But say you're playing the Warden. Well, the Warden is an absolute ridiculous beast with a pet, and it's very easy to set up where you can stay in corrupt form all the time, which is also going to buff your defenses, the Warden's defenses, but additionally is going to buff a pet's damage. Crazy amounts. Really, really good stuff. In fact, I'm hoping to get my Warden hero build completed today. That way I can put a hero spotlight up tomorrow. You have to get at least 10 mana regen per second, Leviathan. By default, you have 5 mana regen per second, which means you need to come up with an additional 5 mana regen per second. Which is pretty easy to achieve with accessories. Now, the problem there is that's not going to leave you enough mana to use any abilities, so realistically, you want more than that. Because those shrooms that the Warden can drop are crazy good. Really, really, really powerful. So you want enough mana regen to be able to drop down shrooms whenever you want. I haven't done the math on it. I can actually do the math on it. Once I get a good pet and we get out of the map and get it going, I'll go through and do the math. And all that stuff can be your default mana regen per second is not shown on the stat screen, but all of your mana usages are all shown on the stat screen now, so it's pretty easy to go through and figure out what you want. For me, I prioritized health regen just for lucky, because I do get way too uppity on my rogue, and I like to go up and say hi to ogres and stuff. And the health regen is quite powerful when you play that style. Now, if you just stay back and you shoot at the rogue and you never get close to things, you don't have to worry about that. But for me personally, I just like to get uppity. When I'm playing the rogue, I really, really like to run around. The rogue's got all of these awesome movement abilities, and it kind of makes it so it's just really fun to play if you're active and running around, you know? But the HP regen is really powerful, especially considering if you're in Endgame, you're already stacking health. So you're going to have a lot of health which means you're going to have a lot of regen, because that regen is based off of your total health. So very, very good stuff there. Well, I mean, in a lot of the Lycan King bonus waves, you're going to get hit really, really hard. I mean, 700k is definitely a good spot, but like for me, I wanted more than that. 700k wasn't enough for me. Like I said, I just go say hi to too many things that hit really hard. It's like, oh, hi, Rifted Orc. What you doing? Smack. Right in the face. That, and I constantly shoot sirens. So I get that siren damage too. I'm actually going to do a little study on sirens and look at how much the gold gain difference is. Obviously, it's RNG, depending on the quality of the loot that drops. But I'm going to do a little study and see how much gold you average per map while killing the sirens versus not killing any sirens. And see, I mean, if it's enough, it's going to... I mean, the sirens are a complete loot pinata. So the main thing you're gaining out of that is the gold, you know? If you're already farming rifted loot, you're more than likely not going to use it. Or use the gear that's dropping. Crap, I meant to hit my spin move on her. This one's gonna get spinned on. Oh! And there we go, back to running into things that like to smack me in the face. It's a real challenge, y'all. When the derp is stronger than your skill level of play, then yeah, the derp is real. The derp is real. But I think these guys got it. Yeah, them ogres just getting blastified by the power stack here of Tall Kid and Pinguino. You going 2-player, y'all? If you guys are playing in a group with a friend of yours and you're doing a duo, 100% a rogue and then a monk for the hero boost is just gonna wipe. It's gonna mop the parking lot with all the asses. How to break into Rifted mode? The easiest way to first break into Rifted mode technique is going to be to put together a set of fusion DSTs. Now, even if that means to complete the set that you would have to drop down in difficulty, it's worth doing as far as just easing the transition in. Because without any fusion defenses in Rifted mode, there's nothing at all to do damage to Dark Elf warriors. Nope, not all 3 stats. Did I get all 3 stats on the other one that dropped? Nope. And a crappy attack rate, too. Man, the monkey grind is real, y'all. The monkey grind is real. There's not yet, Matthew, but I do have that on my list of things to do. So I'm going to try to get that done tonight. Like, I can tell you when Rift mode launched, I went through and I did the maps I was able to complete with no fusion gear to complete a DST set. And then there was one piece that I was having trouble completing the map. So I dropped down to Nightmare mode and did it. And it eased the transition so much. I mean, after dropping the Nightmare mode and doing it, I was instantly able, just with Fusion DSTs, I was instantly able to complete the map and on Massacre mode, so I could get a higher quality version of it. So I actually only used the Nightmare piece for one map. But yeah, you can farm campaign maps. You can go down to wave 15s. You can do whatever to get the set. But it's a huge it's just a huge benefit getting that first fusion defense set up. Not sure I'm going to be able to make it to that gas trap. Let's see. Nope. I'll move it down a little. Yeah, you have to kill the boss higher difficulty to the map. So to get like Demon Lord bonus wave for, say, Ancient Mines, you would have to kill the Demon Lord on Survival. I'm going to do a video on that too. So, I mean, I need to do a video on the loot filter. I want to do a video on playing the Warden actively. I need to do a video on bonus waves. And I need to do another video on the Arcanist gear. Because, like I said, I've already got a video on it from the PTR. But nobody is able to find it because it didn't land in a very good spot in the YouTube algorithm. So when people search for it, they're unable to find it. I gotta get off my ass and get some videos made, huh? I'm farming for a Monkey King. That way I can do a Warden pet build. So I'm wanting a 0.33 Monkey King. With all 3 hero stats on it, and ideally a really nice fat high roll for the stats and the upgrades. I've already got videos on breaking into Rift mode. And nothing has changed with this new update. Rift mode is the same. So all that is on the channel. Basically, put together a fusion set of DSTs. And that's going to just ease your transition in a mighty, mighty way. Trading would be big. I can tell you one thing. I'm going to be knocking on Aramir's door like a mofo the second trading comes. Aramir, give me all your fat loads, please. Okay, thanks. You know you don't want it. That's going to be me on trading day. Is it Rift mode easier now that all the enemies are rifted? If you have all your fusion sets set up, yeah. But when you're first breaking into it, it's even worse because Dark Elf Warriors... No, the Lavamancer is not in the game. I mean, the game's still a work in progress. Heroes are coming, so we don't know. Every update is going to have 2 heroes, 2 new heroes. So, I mean, we don't know what's coming in the next update yet. The best weapons for every DPS hero are going to be from the keep, Jeff. So the Lycan King weapons for every hero. DDA is always all about the boss weapons. Like I said earlier, before it was Ancient Dragon, as that was the highest difficulty map. Now it is the Keep. Now remember too, you can do the Lycan King bonus waves. So if you really, really like the weapon from, say, the throne room, you can always do a Lycan King bonus wave difficulty of the throne room once you've already killed the keep, and get a higher quality version of that weapon. Oh, it's the same for everybody, just for lucky. That is 100%. The Dark Elf Warriors are the most brutal thing in the entire game. And then you add Rifted Dark Elf Warriors on top of it, where no targets will attack them. It's just pure pain. Like I said, as far as Dark Elf Warriors go, Brent pours a fresh glass of Defender's Tears every morning, and that's what he has alongside of his coffee. Dark Elf Warriors are for sure the most difficult thing in the game. Yeah, but when you're first breaking into Rift mode, remember they're also one-shotting you, so the pet's going to be helpful, but it's only going to help so much. That's some sort of a bug. Their technique. I'm not even sure how to reproduce it. Oh. Am I going to be able to get out of this mess? I got monked off the ledge. Let's see if I can get out of it. Ooh, saved. DJ Doug, what's up, man? I got that monk speed boost. I wasn't expecting it. I went right off the edge. You can sit here and throw just wise all day, just for lucky, but the base of the game, when you have no gear and you're just breaking in, obviously, if you're all set up, the game is easy mode in that regard. If you're just breaking into the game, you don't have the nice pets. You don't have stuff that's extremely powerful. And Rifted Dark Elf Warriors are going to wreck your face. A pet's going to help, no doubt about it. But standing on a DST stack that's non-rifted with a pet is only going to get you so far. God dang it, I jumped off again. Monk boost plus rogue spin is kind of silly. Can you control it, though? Or are you going too fast? So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a very, very helpful tip. But I'm talking for newer players that are just learning the game, that are just breaking into Rifted mode. A non-active hero, pets don't matter at all, Cameron. So there are no builder pets, like builder stat sticks anymore. And if you're not active on the hero, then the pet gives you no benefit. So since with a builder, you most likely won't be active, if it's a builder-only hero, then a pet you don't even need to equip. Yeah, every bonus map in Rift mode drops a fusion pet. So Magus Quarters gives you a fusion paddle ball. This one gives you a fusion Monkey King. That's what we're looking for here. Glitter Helm gives you the fusion Mega Chicken. And then Foundries and Forges gives you a fusion little mini Demon Lord, or whatever the heck it's called. So fusion pets are definitely what you're going to want to shoot for. You equip a powerful gemstone just to feel good about your defenses. That would be crazy, Aramir. If they'd make it shoot fire trails, like the actual Demon Lord. You got a Mega Chicken, and I think that's an unintended thing. I think I got one too, Daedalus. A Mega Chicken from doing forges. I don't think that's intended, though. The Demon Lord is not the pet I'm going to go for. I'm looking for single target, strong single target damage, so I can use a pet hero for boss fights. So the Monkey King is going to be the highest single target damage, so that's the one for me, no doubt. Oh, I don't know, Little Crow. I don't really play that too much anymore. There's nothing to do. But, I mean, I did Ancient Power resets, so I went from, like, 11,000 back down to 6,000 or something like that. I mean, I lost almost half of my Ascension just by doing AP resets. But Ascension is a completely meaningless thing in DD2 once you get to the caps. After that, it only becomes a convenience. Being able to do more hero or more defenses on one hero without making duplicate heroes. But I mean, once you max, you're maxed. Come on, ogres, where you at? Everybody waiting. Everybody's down here waiting. Oh, extremely, just for lucky. Well, I mean, that's the free-to-play game, you know? They got to put the hook in to try to get you to spend money. Oh, they all dying. Y'all gonna get exploded? Jump! Jump! The shard update in DD2 was commonly referred to by veteran players as the monetization update. You can spend real money, or you can spend thousands of hours grinding shards. That's your choice. You know, it's one of those things, you know. DD2 is a great game and all, but it has those things. Oh yeah, Big Chungus is an ogre name. Absolutely. The ogre names were all picked by Kickstarter backers. It increases the power, Doug. Once you get to the speed cap of towers, all of the additional rate goes into to power. So defense, the speedy gemstone is still the best gemstone, unless you're looking for like a big aura stack or something, and of course you'd want striking. So you'll see the damage per hit go way up, but not the attack rate. No, it's not 1-to-1. I'm not sure what the conversion is. And the conversion actually seems different for different towers. Like, a lightning tower gets much more benefit than, say, a DST. So I'm not sure exactly what the conversion is, but it's definitely not 1-to-1. Either that or it's 1-to-1 and that tower just gets a better benefit. Where you at? Ah. What about the one from last wave? Ah. Jeez, man, the Monkey King grind is real here. Oof. Just can't get a drop, for God's sakes. Shame the passives are bad on that miner helmet, huh? That's pretty rare, just for lucky. You must have a really crappy speedy. The speedy versus the power for me is substantially different. The speedy is way, way better. But it may also depend on where your other stats are, because remember, rate has diminishing returns. So it could be dependent on what your other stats are sitting at as well. If you're level 73, you can't access this content yet, Captain Rex. You got to be level 83 to be able to do Massacre mode. Plus, I don't really do carries. I mean, I may one day, but that's just not my thing. I've never been a carry person. I expect everyone to join my game to be a team member, not just somebody chilling, you know? Well, I mean, DD2 is just a different game, you know? DD2 is just such an awful grind. You're not ruining anybody's experience by giving them a carry. You're just prolonging their agony. DDA, if you just carry somebody through the game, they're just not going to understand how to play the game once they get to the higher tiers. And it's actually hurting their experience. So I'm not trying to hurt anybody's experience, you know? Well, I mean, their original's a masterpiece that's had many, many, many years of development, and then many, many more years of development from the community after the dev was done with it. So it wouldn't be a fair comparison. You would have to ask that question in 10 years. Let's see where DDA is at in 10 years versus DD1. You know? DD1 is just an absolute masterpiece. I don't think really anyone is going to disagree on that. It's a wonderful, wonderful game. It's not about your level, it's about what difficulty you can access. Most people wait until Massacre mode, but you can start on Nightmare mode as well. So with that in mind, you'd either be level 70 or level 83. The easiest transition is going to be to get some Massacre gear first, and then start working on Rifted mode. Well, it's just when you're comparing the games, it's not an apples to apples comparison, you know? I mean, remember that what made DD1 such an insanely, incredibly good game today is the community development team. The community development team actually put more development time into the game than the original developers did. Shit, man. Let me go to the other end. So the community development team, having all the love for the game that they do, they put a lot of their own energy into the game. You know? I mean, a lot. Not like just a little bit. They spent literal thousands of hours. What's going on there, Doug? How you doing? It'd be a good time to make the switch then, there, Les. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all choose our own experience. There's the fastest way, and then there's whatever you're having fun with. So there's nothing at all wrong with playing up to 90 or whatever level you want to. You know, you do it. If you're having a good time, you are doing it right. Well, you're godly. Don't worry about the rarity of the gear. It's about the rolls. You know, just because it's godly doesn't make it good. Just because it's transcendent doesn't make it bad. You know, or mythical or whatever tier you're in. So don't sweat so much the quality tier of the gear more than the actual item rolls on it. Because a bottom of the line godly piece is going to be way, way worse than a top of the line transcendent piece. You know? Yeah, no doubt there, Andreas. No doubt at all. $22 a mil a hit. That's pretty good there, Pinguinio. One of these days, RNG is going to bless me with something like that. That's pretty normal. They're just for lucky, but it's probably a badass cat, you know? I mean, there's no shame in using a transcendent cat that's got the right stats on it. That's good shit. The right stats always beats the wrong stats, no matter how high the power level of it is. Can I do a tier list of the heroes? It's really tough. I mean, I could probably do... Maybe at some point I'll do a tier list of actual individual defenses. Because it's not so much about the heroes as it is about the defenses. Like the Huntress, for example. I use like almost no Huntress damaging towers or defenses at all. Yet the gas trap is an S tier defense. You know? It's just so good. The best team composition would be, in a 4-player group, it would be 1 monk, 1 apprentice, and 2 rogues. You would want the monk to be able to have 100% uptime on their boost. So they'd either have to have accessories for that, or they'd have to use a genie. You'd want one of the heroes to be able to have a 4-player cat. That's capped. That's at the 160% plus. And then you'd want the apprentice to have 100% uptime on their overcharge. Yeah, the rogue is pure DPS and an absolute ridiculous, insane beast at it. So you'd have 2 rogues dishing out the pain. You'd have an apprentice for overcharge, and you'd have a monk for boost. Now, on that same note, 3 rogues and 1 monk are going to wreck some shit. Oh my god, they're going to wreck some shit. But having that apprentice would give you the overcharge option for your towers. No, the monk isn't heals. The monk is damage boost. Still puts out good damage. I mean, you're still going to get 40 million DPS out of your support monk, you know? I mean, it's not going to be rogue numbers. But, I mean, should it be? You know, it shouldn't be rogue numbers. The monk is like the ultimate utility hero. And the apprentice would probably be the second best. That would be fun to put together a tier list just to read the comments. Because it would start a huge fight. Because that's the thing, is the best defenses are the defenses you have set up properly. So if you really like LTs and I say the DST is better, oh yeah, it's going to start some fights. So I think it will be fun to put together a tier list. At some point I will definitely get that done. Man, I kind of want to do it this weekend, but it's going to take a lot of time to put that video together. Yeah, the Squire would definitely be at the bottom of the barrel for quite a few defenses, but the tier list wouldn't be per hero. Like I said, it would be per defense. You know, where is the healing aura, or where is the enrage aura going to be on a tier list? It's going to be low. Although the ensnare aura would be S tier. The electric aura would be A tier. You know? Squire didn't take a big hit. Squire has never been really good in DDA, sadly. So Squire didn't take a hit. Squire's just the same. Kind of meh. You can use Squire defenses if you have them completely set up and really decked out. But they're just never going to be quite as good as some of the other stuff, you know? Harpoons are usable. You just have to have them decked out. And that's what's going to bring them down to F tier. Squire's still good DPS. It's still the the Warden rivals the Squire now for pet builds, but the Squire was the best pet build character prior to the Warden's arrival. What would I suggest? I would suggest a one of every hero, except the Squire. So there's 7 heroes. You got 6 slots. I would go one of every hero and leave the Squire home. Leave the Squire in the tavern to drink the mead. Thanks so much for subscribing there, Drawings. I do appreciate it. The Warden is crazy good. Ridiculously good builder. And a super fun pet DPS hero. Now, I personally am not a melee player. If you're a melee player, the Warden is quite viable as melee as well. I keep hitting my caps lock lately. Is that your ogre there, just for lucky? D-Lucky? Well, I mean, Chromatic and Trendy before them, historically, when they launch new heroes, they're very powerful. But the Warden is in great shape as a builder. Bees had their time in the sun. Wisps are what bees used to be before they got nerfed into the ground. Bees used to be the meta. You could literally spam bees on every map in DD2 and just steamroll it back in the day. And once again, it's when the Dryad was released. You know? From when the Dryad was released for like the first year and a half or so. Captain Rex FPS with the super chat. Thank you so much. Hey, this game is your favorite out of the 3. You bought it like 3 days ago and you're level 73. Pure grind. Very nice, Captain Rex. That's awesome. You get the bonus round by killing bosses. Oops, the map's over. I did it again. I'm not looking and shooting at stuff and the map is over. You guys will have to tell me. Like, all right, quit shooting stuff now. The map's over. Crappy attack rate. Only 2 stats. This one's got the crappy attack rate, but it's got all 3 stats. You really need to get the .33. My inventory is filling up so dang quick. The Monkey King grind is real. I'm going to do a video on bonus waves too. You know what? I better write this shit down. All right. We got Arcanist gear. We got loot filter. We got bonus waves. What else did I say I was going to do a video of? Because I'm already losing track of it all. Drop locations, maybe? Best weapons. Jeez. Jeez. Oh, the Warden pet build? That's the thing I'm working on right now. And I still didn't remember to write it down. Power tier list. Holy shit, man. You guys are putting me to work here. The tower tier list is going to be fun, and I am going to read the shit out of those comments because they're going to be salty. What do you mean my favorite heroes C tier? People are going to be salty. That will be a fun one, no doubt. Well, the app, it's not going to be a hero. It's going to be per tower is the thing, because you can't rate the heroes. Every hero, the best DPS weapon is going to be the weapon from the Keep, Sunrise. Man, I placed that one all sorts of wonky, huh? Oh, requires roots. Wow, I put that gas trap way back here, didn't I? Let me move that up. My gas traps are getting big, y'all. They getting thick. I got like 11,000 range on my gas traps now. Vitality, attackability. That's not bad at all, Ryan. There is nothing wrong with that. I'd take one of them. No. The Keep weapon, I mean, it depends on your rolls, because they're close. The Keep weapon is better for single target, unless you have, if they're apples to apples weapons. Like, if you've got a really crappy Keep one versus a really good Dragoon, then, you know, yeah, the Dragoon's gonna win. Nice, Ryan, nice. RNG for the win, man. Take that bad boy and run with it. In my case, it's RNG for the loss. Completely different. Completely different, but same thing. The Keep weapon is called the Fused Wolfsbane Sniper. This is not a great one. I need to get back to weapon farming, but this is a usable one. It's way better than my 370 up Dragoon. Irradiate in not in irradiate and plus damage, or irradiate and a stat, because you can get them to roll with like attack. Yeah, I grinded it out last night, Wise Locust. I finally got a usable melee weapon. I was going without a weapon set bonus yesterday. Everybody, or the cosmetic stuff, I do not. I'm broke. I can't afford it, and Chromatic doesn't give people things for free anymore. The days of marketing are long over. So I do not have the shiny new accessory cosmetic stuff. If this was Warframe, I'd have it. Sorry. Just throwing some little digs in there. Warframe takes really good care of their content creators. There is no one on the Warframe partner program that won't have a new frame the day it's out. They're just gonna have it. Most games actually do. But to be fair, from a business perspective, they know I'm going to play the game anyway. So they know they're getting free marketing for their game just because I'm addicted. So they're like, why the hell are we going to spend money on you? You're going to play the shit anyway. Not that it costs them anything, but you know what I mean. But yeah, we just bought a house and moved back a few months ago, and my wife is still not working yet. And can't be buying cosmetic things in video games right now. If you look at my live stream from yesterday, just for lucky, I did change a few things. I added some reflect beams on one of the cores, or one of the wisps on one of the core, and then I moved wisps down back behind coverage on another one. Dizzy D just sent me the cosmetics. You shouldn't have, Dizzy. You shouldn't have. But thank you so much. But you shouldn't have. Now I can't shame Chromatic about it anymore. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Ask Phil for free pizza wings for a wing tier list. Well, they'll never do it just because they, you know, that's a special exclusive to their stream type of thing. So they will never give it away without winning it legit. Every one of those stream exclusive things that I do have, I've won legit. Of course, everybody thought it was rigged when I did win it, but it was actually a legit win. The Chromatic Rogue is really nice. Awesome, awesome. Laser beams pewing. They just pewing while I'm just sitting here upgrading. I better upgrade the laser beams. Give them some thank yous. Thank you, laser beams. Thank you for your pews. I got about 3,000 videos on my channel, all about DD2 there, say my name. Go to the guides and tutorials playlist and start there. My suggestion would be put that shit down and play DDA this weekend because it's a free weekend and it's not going to happen very often. So that would be my suggestion for DD2 right now. Put that thing away and play DDA this weekend. It's free, dang it. You get there pretty quick when you're grinding survivals, Captain Rex. The survival XP is pretty over the top. Yeah, it's free for the weekend. It's not free to own, it's free to play this weekend. But you can check it out, see if you like the game. On Steam. Just on Steam. But you can check it out for free, see if you like the game, and if you like the game, you can pick it up at a discount. Wisps are quite powerful for the keep. There, Kirigaki. So I've been doing wisp builds. I'll do a keep run before the stream is over. Actually, I'll do a keep run after this one, because we all know I'm not going to get a damn Monkey King that's worth a shit. I'm going to have to do this map 6 million times. So I'll show you guys the build I've been using on the keep. Yeah, they did have Squire icons. DSTs are still really good. But are you sick of using DSTs yet? Is the question. That's one of the things that have been such a breath of fresh air for these Warden defenses is, you know, how many DSTs can you spam before it gets tiring? You know, so it's so nice and refreshing to use some other defenses. You get run over at 23 to 24. I want to look at you. Oh, 0.4. No attack stat. Ooh. The Warden I'm mainly building with at the moment, so typical damaging builder. All 4 builder stats on every piece, then only upgrade power. For the Rogue Endgame, you want to be able to live. So you want to stack some vitality, and then if you have anything left over, throw it into attack. Yeah, some AoE for the trash. Let the wisp take up the meat. I'm core building still, so but I am using electric R's to clear the trash, mainly on the keep. What's the best map to start getting rides? Well, I mean, any map you can get somebody to carry you on. As far as getting rides go, it's, you know, the way fusion gear drops is every map has a specific loot option, so you're going to want to do every map. To get maximized fusion sets, you're going to have to do everything. Ooh, that was close. Oh, to start getting into Rifted mode, that's the same thing. It's targeted. It's targeted farming. The best thing to do would be to put together a DST or a Wisp set first. So it would be either a guard set or a primitive set. And this is where everything drops. Screenshot that because I'm not going to keep it up on the screen. So you want either a guard set for Wisps or a primitive set for DSTs. Is the best thing to get you started in Rifted mode. I got a new Let's Play series I'm going to be starting soon too, which is going to, I'm probably going to take all the way into Rifted mode this time. Now that the Warden and Rogue are launched. I think Guard is easier since you don't have to do Glitter Helm. Glitter Helm is actually one of the easier Rifted maps. You can, most of the players were doing, now the people that were already in Massacre gear, granted, but when Rift mode launched, most of the people that already had Massacre setups were doing Glitter Helm without any fusion gear. Oh my god. RNG just hates me so much. Oof. All right, so I'm going to do one more keep run, and then I'm going to take a little break. So I will show you guys the keep build that I'm using now. Give these guys a second to loot. Yeah, you hold down S, Gingy. I'll show you here when I get into the tavern. That's actually you can do it that way, but that's the harder way. I mean, obviously, if you're doing it in mass, that's the way to go. But if you just hold down S, you can just click through items that you don't want. And sell. Same thing with locking. If you see something you do like, you can hold down L and lock items just by by L and clicking. No, I'm not going to be able to carry a keep run without somebody that's already decked in DPS gear. I mean, I will be able to, but I just can't now. I'm not strong enough, you know. I mean, I'll get there. So this is the keep build. Why did it do that? Oh, it's because I left a group. Massacre, Hardcore, Rifted. Don't keep. Wave 23 start. Let's get it. The Wisps are really, really good, aren't they? Crazy powerful. So, first thing I do is come over here to this core. And I no longer need that. I need a Waller now. And I drop 6 Wisps right here. Right up on this ledge. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're going to give these Wisps a buff beam. 3 DU buff beam. Going to upgrade that 3 times. And then upgrade each of the Wisps once. Now, these Wisps are going to be a target for Ogre Kobolds, so I'm going to give them some protection by throwing 2 1DU Reflect Beams right here. Then I'm going to jump on down, and I'm going to place an Ensnare and an Electric as close as I can get it to the core. The important thing here is making sure that they're picking up this buff beam. So, depending on your range, you want to place them so that they're on that buff beam. Then directly outside of the wall, right here, I'm going to go with a gas trap. Then I'm going to switch over to my EV Waller, and I'm going to throw a 3 DU blocking field right here. The reason is, this is completely RNG. This lane here is the shortest lane on the map, and it's an Ogre lane. So if an Ogre spawns here, he is going to just bum rush this crystal so insanely fast. And although this wall will get destroyed if that Ogre spawns there, it's going to buy me just enough time so that the Ogre will get taken down. Then we're going to put a Reflect Beam in front of that wall to protect it because there's a lot of archers here. And then we're going to go with a Reflect Beam over on this side, 1 DU, to protect versus the archers over here. So that side of the map is all done. So then we're going to come over to this side. Oh, did I upgrade it 4 times? Upgrade it 3 times. I messed up. I'm probably going to not have enough DU. The build is working great, so I just haven't made any changes to it. Change it to wherever you want to put them. You know, there's nothing wrong with putting them somewhere else. That's just where I put them. So this doesn't mean that this is exactly what you have to do. Tweak it to make it your own, you know. This is just what I do. So these Wisps are kind of a bitch to upgrade. So I get the 3 upgrades on them as I place them. It's just kind of a pain in the butt to get them targeted. So 1 upgrade on each. Then I'm going to throw a buff beam down, 3 ups on the buff. And then we're going to give this 1 DU Reflect Beam to protect there. And then right at the corner of the stairs here, I go with an Ensnare Aura, an Electric Aura, and a gas trap. Then we head on back to this side. Nice, Ryan. Well, grats, dude. And up in this corner, I'm going to go with an Electric Aura. I'm going to go with another Electric Aura as close as I can get it right here. And then I go with an Ensnare Aura right in the middle of those two. Now I want to tie those together with a buff beam, so a little 3 DU buff beam right across here. We're going to throw 3 ups on that. And then we need some reflects, so we're going to go a 1 DU reflect here. A 1 DU reflect here. And a 1 DU reflect that's blocking from here. Then we're going to drop 2 gas traps. We're going to put one so that the targeting range is right at the base of the stair. And we're going to throw another one up here. And the only thing here is we want to make sure we just get it on this buff beam. Then we're going to jump up onto this ledge and go back to our Warden. Up here, we're going to throw down 7 wisps. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to drop a buff beam right here. 3 DU buff beam. We're going to upgrade this buff beam all the way up. All the way to the top. Then we're going to put a reflect beam across the way like that. Another reflect beam across the way like that. And all our DU is spent. Now the remainder of the mana we want to drop just into these wisps. So no, just spam it around. Is fusion gear the best gear in the game? Rift mode is better drops than playing. No, it's not better drops. It's a different game mode altogether. But yes, fusion gear is best in slot for rifted mode, and it makes non-rifted mode very, very convenient. Do the wisp dens there get attacked through the opening in the wall? No. The only way they could get attacked from the opening in the wall is if an ogre came all the way down here and threw. But the ogre is going to throw from way up here. So it's going to get reflected from up here. Stability is your resistance to knockback. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to make tweaks to it then. You know, we all have different power levels. I was using this build at 7,200 power on my wisps. So if you're not yet at that point, make some tweaks. You know, make some changes. What do I think is a good choice to go for choosing a new hero? You mean choosing a new game? DD2 is a good game. DDA is a good game. Play whichever ones you want to play. No shame in playing either of them, you know? Well, I mean, it may just be your other stuff, like your aura stats. My aura stats were over 7k as well. So, you know, the auras are burning all the trash down. I wouldn't bother with Rifted prior to Nightmare, but most people would say just wait for Massacre. Well, you said DD2 or DDA. That's what confused me. Those are 2 entirely different games. I did a rogue video this morning. I'm using a militia set, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, it's knockback. Monk or Huntress. I mean, that's a personal playstyle choice. Monk and Huntress are both viable DPS. On DD2, the Monk is way better. The Huntress had its glory days in DD2. And those days are long past. Still usable. I mean, there's quite a few endgame players that love the Huntress that use the Huntress. So, I mean, pick the hero you like and use that hero. Don't let somebody else tell you what hero to use. Base it off of your own personal enjoyment. You know, the best hero is the hero that you deck out. I personally use the Monk on DD2. I do like the Huntress in DDA quite a bit, but I find myself using the Monk more. But I'm just a fan of the Monk. So, I mean, that's my favorite. You use your favorite, you know? Well, thanks for sticking around for that long, Veldus. Appreciate it. So we're going to start throwing a few ups on these electric auras. And the reason being is in the boss phase, in fact, I'm going to take them both all the way. In the boss wave, these wisps are going to get very, very distracted by the boss when he comes in. So I need something clearing trash that comes through here. During the boss wave, the only thing that's going to make it in here, really, is those little guys. The goblins, the orcs, maybe an occasional dark elf mage. So I'm upgrading these auras as far as I can to just maximize the burn to the trash on the boss fight. And then after I get those jacked up, I'm going to hit these outside lanes. Not that the inside lanes aren't important, but the outside lanes I'm not paying attention to as much. So just a few ups, spread them around, no real importance. Getting your buff beams up all the way would probably be the most effective thing right out of the gates. But to be honest with you, I just kind of spread it around. No real upgrade importance outside here. The main thing is just getting a few ups in. And then Rift mode and the Keep, or all of Act 4, is all about farming the portals, particularly if you're just getting through that difficulty. And the reason being is the portals have a chance of dropping fusion gear. So if you're still putting sets together, or if you're looking for better sets, always, always, always kill all the portals. Well, I'm always on the hunt for better stuff, so I am almost always going to kill all the portals here. Well, I mean, you got to start, you got to, obviously, you got to put the time in. Dungeon Defenders games offer no shortage of grind. There is no quick and easy route. Ooh, something got in here and got uppity. Throw some quick repairs around. Shoot, I got 2 portals up now, don't I? Or no, just the one. But yeah, anyway, Dungeon Defenders games are all about the grind and the hunt, right? The hunt for loot. I'm not even sure what that was. I'm assuming maybe I got him too close to the wall here, and a kobold was probably thrown at him. Would be my guess. Because that normally doesn't happen. There we go. Good as new. Yeah, the Foundries and Forges is the bottom of Act 4 as far as difficulty goes. So Foundries and Forges offers the same loot pool as the Mill does. It's entry level. Chromatic actually said that they put it in as the easiest map to use as kind of a catch-up mechanic for newer players. You can get, random loot. Act 4 is going to drop random fusion pieces. So you could just spam forges over and over and over again, and at some point you're going to have a fusion set put together just from getting it. Nice there, Lesh. Nice. Okay, we got our auras down here upped. Let's go ahead and throw some love into these since we're now on the boss wave. Just kind of throwing it around. I think I may have actually hit the roots too. That's all right. Good enough. And basically just spending the entire time just chilling here in the back waiting for portals to pop. Oops. If you accidentally shoot a siren like I just did, just stealth, and that will de-aggro the siren. So you don't have to worry about it. Or you can kill it. Whichever you prefer. No, the only thing that changed for the Switch release is the attack rates of towers were lowered. But it didn't change the game at all. The towers don't attack it as fast, and people got all triggered over it, which is just ridiculously silly in my opinion. I mean, everybody's got their opinion. If that ruined the game for them because the towers don't attack as fast, then I mean, hey, to each their own, right? But those are people that were looking for a reason to hate the game, in my opinion. I mean, it's the exact same game with towers that hit harder and don't attack as fast. Yeah, Forges in DD1 looks different for sure. That's part of the difficulty, Andreas. Nightmare adds build timers and removes the mana. I mean, yeah, the fast hacking of towers were fun, but the game didn't change because the attack rates changed. And a lot of people are very ragey about the attack rates changing. And like I said, I mean, if they don't want to play the game because of that, then more power to them. Go play what you're having fun playing. But for me personally, it didn't change the game at all. Forges was your favorite map in DD1? Well, it's a good grinder in DDA. Inspired Assault is the easiest to put together, Angus, so that's what I personally am using. I might end up going with a different set down the road. The problem for the Rogue is some of those really good sets, like the Etherean sets, the Etherean Champion or whatever, those are specific to the Huntress and the Squire. The Rogue, it doesn't have an offhand slot. All right, let me focus on this boss for a minute, y'all, because you can choke on this map still. It's not a free ride. Oh, as you see, that was a Rift Kobold. So hopefully I don't have another one of those. So I do apologize. I'm going to miss chat here for a minute. Oh, it looks like he's stuck. Or no, there he comes. There he comes. So I kite him around this way, basically. I run him in a circle. That way I don't have to worry about dealing with the slam. And then as soon as your prep time over to the right runs out, then you can run over, ignite the bomb, and melt his face down a little. I usually 2-cycle him, sometimes 3-cycle him. Want to see how we do on this one. And then you're also, while you're burning the boss, you're going to want to pay attention to any ogres back here. Yeah, this is going to be a 3-cycle here. Well, assuming I don't screw up the next cycle. We DPS'd him past the threshold to get another lure planted. And here he comes, so we're going to continue again. Kite him around this way. I want him to come back through this direction. So if you wait a little bit longer until he's over here. Activate the trap. And no, it looks like we're going to get the 2 cycles, so. Once you pop the trap, you just burn him down. And the reason I wanted him here was because I've got all those wisps right there. And there we go. Yeah, I was 1-cycling him with the busted wisps. They changed the map. All towers will hit him when he's in the lure mode. So after you pop the lure and he comes inside, he's also got to come inside. I don't know where the threshold is, but I'm assuming it's like out here maybe. But once you pop the lure and he comes inside past that threshold, your towers can hit him. Any tower can hit him. All right, what do we want? What do we want? Well, I mean, always looking for a better weapon. I think I'll just loot it on the rogue here. That's the non-fusion. Where the heck is the weapon? Did I not get a rifted or fusion weapon? Or is it just hidden in the pile here somewhere? That's not it. How weird. Did I accidentally loot it? No, I didn't accidentally loot it. It doesn't look like I got a fusion weapon. It should be either the sword or the bow. That is quite strange, because that's supposed to be a guaranteed drop. Unless it's underneath this one. Let me see. Or no, not underneath that one. So strange. No weapon drop at all. YouTube has a clip feature now. I'm going to clip this and send it over to Chromatic. Let's check out my Arcanist piece. Fort power and rate, so I got bad stats on the Arcanist piece, but I mean, it rolled high rolls with the wrong stats. The The sword is inside of the staff on the right side. I don't know. I'll just loot it all. No, that's not the sword. Oh, it is the sword. It's not the smasher. That's weird. You usually get the smasher. That is very strange. Well, at least it's there. I'm not losing my mind. Anyway, that's the build I'm using now, and it's pretty smooth. Aramir has a better build that he said makes it a lot more chill, but it requires really big aura range. I'm going to check that one out later. But anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for me for now. As you all know, you heard me ranting through all this stuff. I've got a lot of videos to make. So right now I plan on doing a late night stream tonight over on Twitch. However, that is not guaranteed because I do have so much to do. Now, I'll tell you all what I listed down here. I've got an Arcanist gear explanation, the loot filter, bonus waves, drop locations, the best weapons to use, a Warden build, a Warden pet build, and then a tower tier list. If there's anything else that you think that you would like to see or you think would help out newer players, let me know. Send me a message on Discord or Twitter or Twitch or on YouTube or wherever, and I'll add it to the list. But anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out. I do appreciate you an absolute ton. Welcome all the new people to the channel. Hopefully people are enjoying the Dungeon Defenders Awaken free experience this weekend. So anyway, I've been having fun. The grind is on. That is for certain. And thank you all so much for all your support. So I will see you all next time around. If you're not in my Discord server, make sure you join it. Here is a link right here. If I can spell Discord right. And then if I am live later on tonight, it will be over on the Twitches. So thank you all so much, and I will see you next time. Take it easy.